Fun facts.
Imagine standing on a windswept Scottish island, cliffs all around you, waves crashing, seabirds screaming overhead, and suddenly music pops into your head. That's exactly what happened to Felix Mendelssohn when he visited the island of Staffa in 1829. He looked at a cave and ended up writing one of the most famous pieces of the 19th century, the Hebrides Overture, also known as Fingal's Cave. Okay, quick music lesson. An overture usually kicks off an opera, a ballet, or a musical. It's the previously on of classical music. But a concert overture, that's a rebel. It's written just for concerts, no stage, no story. Mendelssohn basically invented the concert overture when he was only 17. That's when he wrote A Midsummer Night's Dream in 1826. Yep, at just 17. A few years later, Mendelssohn took a trip to Scotland. While exploring the island of Staffa, he found this jaw-dropping sea cave called Fingal's Cave. It's made of hexagonal basalt columns, like a giant staircase leading into the sea. And speaking of giants, legend says Fingal's Cave was once the castle of Fionn na Gael, a mythical warrior king. He was the father of Ossian, a poet-warrior whose made-up epics were so famous that people thought they were real history for decades. The view was so inspiring that Mendelssohn instantly started hearing music in his mind. He even scribbled the opening notes in a letter home. Originally, he called it The Lonely Island, but later he changed it to the Hebrides Overture. He wasn't happy with his first draft, so he rewrote it 2 years later. Musical perfectionist or what? The piece has two main themes. The first one, a rich, moody melody that makes you feel the power and loneliness of the sea. And the second, swirling violins that sound like rolling ocean waves. No storyline, no characters, just pure musical atmosphere. This is why some people call it one of the first ever tone poems, music that paints pictures in your mind. Okay, so is it the Hebrides Overture or is it Fingal's Cave? Even Mendelssohn seemed confused. He labelled the orchestra's parts the Hebrides, but the full score for the conductor said Fingal's Cave. Then, when the piece was published in 1834, the title Fingal's Cave stuck, and that's what most people still call it today. Musicians have been arguing about the real title ever since. Mendelssohn dedicated the piece to Crown Prince Frederick William IV of Prussia, a royal fan of his work. Even Brahms, one of the greatest composers ever, was jealous. He once said, "I would gladly give all I have written to have composed something like the Hebrides Overture." So, to recap, Mendelssohn invented the concert overture at 17. He got inspired by a sea cave in Scotland. He wrote one of the most atmospheric pieces ever, and it made Brahms jealous. Not bad for a day trip, huh? Next time you listen to Fingal's Cave, close your eyes, and you might just hear the ocean crashing against the cliffs of Scotland. Please subscribe to the Theatre of Music YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram and TikTok.